Time now, coming up to 20 to 8. Now, there are so many charities you can give to these days. How do you decide who should get your cash? Is a charity which helps victims of domestic abuse, for example, a more worthy cause than one that helps animals?
Well, according to one leading philanthropist, that may be the case. Martin Brookes is from the new Philanthropy Capital. He says charities should be ranked according to their benefit to society to help people make more informed choices about who they give to. We're going to speak to him in just a moment. Do we really need to be told? We went to find out. What do you think?
It'll be the ones that are closest to my heart, so the ones that have got some meaning for me personally. So it tends to be cancer, because I lost my dad through cancer.
Basically, I just choose which one that I really believe in and what causes that my family been involved in the past.
Choose by what my heart goes for. If I feel like sad about something, I go for that.
All charities have their place. I wouldn't say that one is more appropriate than the other. It's just a case of having relevant reasons, obviously, for supporting them.
Yes, some are more valid. I think children's charities are very important. The charity I work for is Safe, Strong and Free, and that works in keeping children safe from abuse. So obviously, I think that's very important.
There's so many things that you can give to nowadays, and there's so many charities who are doing such a great job that there's no way you can rate them at all, I don't think anyway. So I think it's, yeah, whichever one affects you probably.
What I don't like doing is being phoned up all the time for them, that's all. It should be a free choice who you give to.
Well, Martin Brookes is Chief Executive of New Philanthropy Capital, and also with Martin this morning we have Dawn Vincent, who's from the Donkey Sanctuary. Welcome to you both. Thanks very much for coming. Martin, what exactly were you saying? That there are some causes that are more deserving than others?
Yes, I think that's exactly right. There are some causes that are clearly better than others. Saving a child's life, stopping a child who's being abused, or helping a child who's being abused, I think are inherently more worthwhile things than some other charitable causes. But as a society, we don't rank charities in any way according to their benefit or how valuable the cause is.
So if you were to rank a charity, which one would be at the top?
Well, I wouldn't rank an individual charity at the top, but I would say saving a life is arguably the most important thing that we can do with our charitable donations. But we don't actually do as much of that as we could. Instead, we give to charities that are really, I think, less deserving.
All right, Dawn, how much money does the Donkey Sanctuary raise in a year?
It's around £22 million.
That's a lot of money, isn't it?
It's a lot of money, but there is a perception that we are a Devon donkey sanctuary, when actually we work in 28 countries worldwide and have a huge impact on people's livelihoods. You know, you say about ranking that perhaps food and water is an essential thing, that people get food on the table. Well, I know for a fact I work in Ethiopia. I've been there to a watering hole with children who are filling their containers up and using a donkey to carry their water home. So from my point of view, even the Donkey Sanctuary's work is important because it's helping people in developing countries, for example.
Yeah, who's to say, Martin, where your money should go? If you're an individual, I mean, Michelle says here, you can't have league tables for because people have personal reasons. Who's to say Save the Children should be rated above the NSPCC or the Autistic Society, above the Arthritis Society? They all have their place.
They all do, and I'm not saying that people should be told where to give. That would be completely contrary to the idea of voluntary donations to charities. I'd like people to give more money, but do it more thoughtfully, to think more about where their charitable donations go, how they pick causes, and then how they pick organisations.
So you don't think money should go to places like the Donkey Sanctuary? If people have spare cash, they should give it to saving a life rather than saving a donkey?
Well, I think they should. I believe that they should think very carefully about where their money should go. I mean, the Donkey Sanctuary does good work. It also has huge amounts of money in reserves. It could shut down fundraising for 2 years and not run out of money. Giving more money to Donkey Sanctuary arguably is not a great use of charitable donations when there are so many other causes that are really in need of funds.
Dawn, I suppose the argument is that people should donate more with their head than their heart, because people see your adverts raising money and think, oh, the poor donkeys, which is more of an appeal to the heart than something else.
Yeah, I'd just like to address the kind of running costs that we would have in reserve are actually for a year only. And I think anyone donating to a charity, it's entirely their choice who they choose to support, and quite often it is a personal preference. It's affected them in some way.
But do you not think people tend to give more with their hearts than their heads when they're giving to the donkey sanctuary?
Possibly, but I think charity really is down to the heart, and I think charity is not a service. It's not the government providing the NHS. Charity is stemmed from an individual's passion. For example, my granny started the charity 40 years ago because there was nobody looking after the interests of donkeys. Now we've become the world's largest donkey sanctuary, and we share our knowledge across the world. And the people who come to us, they know that we're really transparent. If you wanted to come and see what we do, you can come to Sidmouth and see for free. We don't charge admission, so people can see how our money's being spent.
Right, Martin, you're not saying that the donkey sanctuary isn't doing good work.
I'm not saying that.
Right, but what you are saying is that people should make an informed decision about or a more informed decision about where their money should go, which suggests that you don't think their money should go towards the donkey.
Yes, I would say that I wouldn't give my money to Donkey Sanctuary, although my daughter actually does sponsor a donkey that they support in Cyprus. I visited a sanctuary funded by the Donkey Sanctuary in Cyprus. So I'm not saying they do bad work, that's absolutely right. I'm saying there are many other organisations that do great work that are really in need of funds, and we do give with our heart rather more than our head. And I think we should use our head a lot more to think carefully about which organisations we support.
Right, Dawn, I know you've got lots to say, but I'm afraid we're out of time to say it.
Okay.
Thank you both very much indeed.
Thank you.
You've both
Martin,
made a
Dawn.
powerful case.
Yes.
Thank you.
And thank you for your thoughts this morning. We'll read some out a little bit later on. The time, 7:45.
This is Breakfast.